Avalokiteśvara, the Bodhisattva of compassion, is depicted in various forms, illustrating his capacity to take on any form to teach the Dhamma in the most effective manner, as described in the Lotus Sutra. Here we see Avalokiteśvara seated, leaning his head on his upper right hand. This gesture may appear similar to the finger created by Rodin. However, if you look at earlier art from India, it becomes clear that the gesture is used to portray sadness. This is a relief from the Buddhist cave of Ajanta that is part of the Buddha's parinirvana depiction. Parinirvana is the death of the Buddha, and beside the main image, we see a small depiction of a monk showing his sorrow by leaning his head on his right hand. This image is from Cave 26 in the Ajanta cave complex in Maharashtra in western India. Additionally, we have a relief from the Prambanan complex in central Java, showing part of the Ramayana. Here, Rama sits in sorrow after Sita has been taken by the demon Ravana. There is an Indian treatise on performing arts called the Nāṭyaśāstra, which describes this pose as, when a person is in deep sorrow, he is to put up his hands for supporting the chin, or the head is to rest on the shoulder, and he is to look like one whose mind and the sense organs are not working. A story tells of Avalokiteśvara visiting hell, liberating the sinners and bringing them to Sukhavati paradise. He discovered, on his return, that for each rescued being, another took his place in hell. The Bodhisattva's despair then became so great that his head split into 10 parts. Thus, Avalokiteśvara is a figure who is sorrowful and despairing, but he comes to a worshipper's aid and does not simply sit on Mount Potalaka pondering. Hence, being filled with sorrow is an essential part of his compassion. Here is a bronze statuette of the sorrowful Avalokiteśvara, leaning his head on his upper right hand, similar to the manner described in the Nāṭyaśāstra. His lower right hand is held in front of his body with the wish-fulfilling jewel in the palm. The upper left hand holds a manuscript and the lower left hand supports the body. This statuette is in the Museum Nasional Indonesia in Jakarta. Based on stylistic elements, it can be dated to 800 to 850 of the Common Era. Among the common iconographic features for this form of Avalokiteśvara, there is the presence of the Chintamani, or wish-fulfilling jewel, often held in front of the body. Some say that it is the equivalent to the Philosopher's Stone in Western alchemy. The Chintamani manifests whatever one wishes for. According to one's desires, this can be treasures, clothing, and food. While sickness and suffering can be removed, water can be purified, etc. It is a metaphor for the teachings and virtues of the Buddha.